Hello guys and welcome back to Far From Noise. Um, I realize that this is a little bit later than kind of usual, and this is also the second part, and I really didn't want to make it a second part, but I also realized that it is only changing tonight now, and there's a day and a night that this game kind of goes through. So we're just gonna go ahead and have those as two separate parts, but it shouldn't be more than that. So, anywho, let's go ahead and get right into it. Uh, hey! We finally get to see the turtle taxi! Tortoise taxi! Frog on the tortoise thing! Hey! And they're moving! Maybe I should just edit that small piece to be in the other video as well. Because I didn't get to see that in the other video. But now we get to see it. That's cute! Anyway. Hey, is it dark or is the shadow of death finally upon me? Death's silhouette stretches to the edge to consume us. Oh, why must you puncture my soul, cruel, twisted claw of mortality? But meager puppets are we in this cowled scoundrel's insidious waltz. Hopeless fools, pray with the end, spare me this pitiful dance. Also, what is that? Because it doesn't really look like lightning bugs. Dots. I can't tell what that is. It's simply dark. I was getting into that. Oh man, look at the stars. Pretty. Do we get to do the constellations again? Yes. It's been like forever. Pretty, pretty stars, and some of them are pink. See, pink, blue, teal, some white. Pretty. That kind of looks like a Goomba if you squint at it hard enough. Like, that's the body, that's the eyes. It's kind of like a tortoise-ish thing. Never see the stars? Where I live, you're lucky if you see the moon. That's only 'cause trees. That must be isolating. Or sorry, that must be isolating. It means something when I do see them, at least. In days of absence, I long for night sky. Don't you ever find it a bit overwhelming? Overwhelming? Just looking up all the everythings. That was words. Billions of light beams going straight into my soul. What little of it is there? What little of it there is. Ah, but the stars are here with us. To share the night with us. But why bother? Why should it mean anything? They're too far away to matter, and they're probably dead by the time we see them. Distance is nothing. They are much with us as I with you. Think, does anything offer the same tranquility? Nothing lulls the soul, lost in reverie, as the stars. Shards of glittering glass suspend over us. Yeah, beautiful, just isolating.
Hey guys, so apparently, the sound you possibly just heard was the sound of a screenshot, and apparently that screenshot overrode the audio of my voice, and my voice only somehow. So, because they weren't even recorded on different things, they were recorded on the same thing, but that's okay. So, we're just gonna do voiceover. You know, the thing I tried to avoid doing, because of whatever reasons. Yep, I to do it anyways. Luckily, it's only for a small part of it, so yay, I guess. So, let's go ahead and get into it in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, they're beautiful, just isolating. Try this. Focus your gaze on a single star. How am I supposed to choose? Choose the brightest. Focus, I guess. And I had some other thoughts with this one. Also, is that the North Star? Or I think it's Polaris? Could be very wrong about that. Okay, got one. Also, I might miss some dialogue just because I don't know which is which. Consider the journey the lone flicker of light took to get here. A strand of silver weaves its way across the galaxy, streaming through celestial clouds, across backs of shimmering worlds. Cool. It's probably already dead. A lone light finally finds itself here. Cool, I guess. Now multiply that by 1,000,000,000, that's my problem. I just can't fathom things too infinite. I can fathom stars and the fact that they're dead. I just don't care to. It's painful. Why is it painful? I just don't like when things go on forever. The beauty of night is its ability to levitate you, weightless one moment, and swallow you the next. Cool. So I'm gonna die by a star. Oddly enough, it is actually nice being out here. Quite the night. Sure is. Wait, where's the moon at? Yeah, actually, where is the moon? Behind you. Well, that's just sad. Just out of sight. As most things are. Ain't that just the way? Also, look, my headlights.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was happening. So I guess you didn't hear most of that, and I don't know how much of it you didn't hear, so I'll just add that audio in later. That's unfortunate. So I had some pretty good thoughts there, and it just didn't work. Ain't that just the way? Apparently it is when I forget to record my own mic. In countless evenings past I have found something, gazing up at the moon. Lost, weightless, suspended in time. All the while the stag and the moon gazes back. A stag and the moon? Rippling dream works but stag related. The stag and the moon. You do not know it? I think you mean the man and the moon. No, I think you mean DreamWorks. Ouch. The man and the moon. Dots. Sorry, hiccups for no reason. I suppose we all see a reflection of ourselves in the face of the moon. Especially since it's just a reflection of the sun's light. But it's the Sandman! The Sandman? Yeah, if you're bad, he steals your eyes when you're asleep. There's a Netflix show about the Sandman. I don't know if he steals eyes, but yeah. Yep, to feed to his bird children on the moon. Bird children. Dots. Supposed option is the Sandman's greatest. You prefer that? I'm not saying I prefer it, I'm just telling you like it is. Most things are about stealing something. Stories are stories. We may believe whatever we choose is right for us. Perhaps we can exclude that. Stories are stories. The moon is mystery. Home of the moonbirds. You seem disappointed. Wonder what the moon thinks of us. Ouch. From up there we must seem a mesmerizing unknown just the same. Probably thinks we're idiots. Or at least I'm an idiot. It's probably not wrong. When you concede an infinite, as the moon probably can, then yeah, everybody's an idiot because they don't pick the right choice. But again, we're on choices and whether they're right or wrong, so yeah, no. Existential crisis. Crises and all of that exist. Also, if there's a random call, I apologize when I am editing. We used to come out here and make up constellations when we were younger. Or on the constellation bit. Yes, I love this bit. Constellations. Yeah, you know, stories in the stars. Stories in the stars. Say what? Okay, there's a ton of real constellations. Like Orion's belt and all that. Dreamed up by a bunch of skeletons. Like you're about to be. But they're boring. I see. They're stories told in pictures dotted on the stars. Tales of adventures and philosophers mapped out in the sky. Pretty much. Look, I'll find one of our reinventions. Obviously, there's Avery, the Queen of Steel. There we go. Quite the title. Looks like a key. Like a lock and key. She was quite the woman. Or, sorry, quite the title. She was quite the woman. She was bigger than a boulder with a gaze of pure steel. Oh, sorry. Just waiting for it to go on reading. I have to click it. With her steely vision, she could transform anything she wished into pure, glistening steel. Impressive. Yep. However, not always well. It was not. Despite how tirelessly the people worshipped her for her steel, she just wanted to be left alone. Why? She was the Queen of Steel. Is that a reason? You just can't match up to the Steel Queen. So in an effort to hide away from her raging fandom, she turned an entire forest to steel and took refuge within. Also a leopard. Called Neptune. After many blissful months of peace, despite her steeliness of her forest of fortune, I think, her followers found her and began throwing themselves once more at her steel-clad feet. Praise the Steel Queen, they would chant. One night, when the stars were glistening brightly across Neptune's back, the Steel Queen decided to end the parade. She commanded the brightest stars in the sky to turn into steel, forming a perfect image of herself in the heavens. Seeing how much larger this new Steel Queen was, the relentless followers turned their chants to the sky. The end. I shall never look at those stars the same way. Tell me, what others do you know? Well, you got Ralphie, the Argonaut. There we go. Ralphie, the one and only. It's the one that looks like a pelican. Why a pelican? Because she was a pelican. I say, she was the first pelican to master intergalactic travel. Impressive. She claimed to have met everyone on Earth, or at least seen them. But she didn't feel like it was enough. So fierce was her desire to understand the cultures of the universe. So she went looking for a new solar system to make her acquaintance. Supposedly, if you have a telescope, you can see her somewhere around the beak. Still searching. Beautiful. Brings a tear to the eye. Are there more? Let's see. I'm out of ideas. No. Why? I see something. What is it? I don't know what I clicked on. Enid. Enid? Enid. Just Enid? Should it be Enid the something? Doesn't have to be. Just Enid then. Cool. Who is she? A great philosopher. Okay, I'm on board. She was an expert in silence. Was she a monk? Perhaps. A silent monk philosopher. It was by choice, her eternal silence. But she could talk. She could. How could anyone tell? It was obvious. In a place of words, she chose thought. She considered concepts so grand. She fathomed abstractions so unfathomable. Ideas so spectacular and utterly groundbreaking. That one day she literally broke the ground and was swallowed by the resulting crevice. Hmm, interesting. Okay, that was good. It is customary to stay silent while observing the Enid formation, out of respect and admiration. Were you just telling me to shut up? Because I feel like that was it. Like, I feel like he was just telling me to shut up. Bye, stars. You've definitely done this before. I've spent a great many nights with the stars. I don't blame you. Huh, it's kind of peaceful. Badger. Egg. Badger. What is it? The thing. Badger is heartless. Are you kidding me? Do you know what that is? Are we gonna be like a turtle except as a badger? Yes. It's a black and white death machine. Badger. Not much I can see. They're vicious beasts, like a turtle. Why is it red? Why are the clouds red? Little one does not look so vicious. Ugh, if only you knew. Watch your ankles. It looks more cuddly than anything. Cuddly? If you ever cuddled that, you'd lose an antler. Have you tried? Have you? No. Well then. You badger. Right, let me tell you a story. Oh, dots. Alright. So when I was a kid, I had this fluffy toy penguin called Ernest. Ernest? After Hemingway. I don't like his books, but I do like his life story. Ernest was good. I had a Hemingway phase. I really just want to write a paper on the man. Not the books, the man. Anyway, me and Ernest were like best buds. Unconventional pod dwelling peas. So this one night I'm losing my mind because I can't find him. My mom tells me we'll find him in the morning. I'm a wreck. So the next day we're in the garden and I see a wisp of white blow by, drifting flawlessly through the air. It was a pleasant, dreamy. It was pleasant, dreamy almost. It isn't long before I locate the source. In the bushes at the bottom of the garden, there lies sweet Ernest Hemingway. Disemboweled. It was quite the scene. So my dad goes looking for evidence, trying to avenge my woe. There, behind the hedges, he unveils this demonic, oh dear, demonic, frothing badger. Nestled in Hemingway's remains. Nestled. I learned a lot that day. About letting go, but the bloodthirst of badgers. They're demons. You ought not to let the actions of one affect your opinion of the whole. Maybe you're right. That one's pretty harrowing, though. This one is not. What's it doing? It's behind a rock. Very little. Wondering. Wondering. Plotting. Why are the clouds red? There is little in the way of plotting to note. It's planning something. Trust me. Badger. Here it comes. To disembowel you, I should think. Don't say that. Goodbye, friends. It was a pleasure. Bye, friend. Thus, your adversary has departed. Maybe they're not so bad. They're not so bad. Maybe. I need to see some hard evidence first. Black and white death machine is the achievement I got. I don't know anymore, dear. Do you? Do I what? Do you know? Do I know what? I don't know. That's. Then neither do I. I don't know what to feel anymore. Piano could drop on me right now and I wouldn't feel it. I just don't care anymore. I'm sick of clinging on pointlessly. Why should I still care? Are you finally noticing the red clouds like I have the entire time? What is it? Wait. Man! So, this is where I'm gonna turn down my volume even more. Torrents of acceleration pour from the sky. Quakes shake the ocean to cry out. Blistering crescendo. Okay, I can't turn that down at all. Blistering crescendo from every form of life, fall or thrust, from rest to revel in violent beauty. The answer is no. The answer is flat out no. Nothing sleeps while nature takes its fiercest stance. I hear little bits of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I can't fix it. I feel. Are you done? I feel like I should be terrified. But I'm not. I'm just slightly annoyed because I can't turn it down. Thank you. I don't know what to feel. Except for annoyance. I try so hard and it works for everything else. Okay. We're just gonna continue to argue back and forth now. Because you're really loud. And then the rain is so quiet after that. Because I was able to fix that. Are you just trying to annoy me at this point? Because I can't turn you down. That's. Well, thank you for that. Red clouds go away. Yay. So I'm sorry if you heard any of that. Well, it's kind of annoying. Have you ever seen anything like that? Well, I have seen storms. They're never two quite the same. Never been anywhere near a storm like that. No, the arguing part. We're still here. That we are. Chris, that sun's come up. Or coming up. Thus lives the veil of night. I can't believe we've been here the entire night. You and I are invincible! We are probably ghosts at that point. Honestly, I don't feel like the same person. You're hardly the same person from day to day. I'll see it. There we go. Came out here, you're so worried about what I'm supposed to do. It all seems so inconsequential now. It's all so pointless. Which is actually a relief. Waves will keep crashing after I'm gone. The tree will still be clinging on. That is a really weird way for a tree to, like, hold on. Even if I never came back. If I never came here in the first place. Well, not for eternity. This grass will eventually die. The tree will eventually die and fall off a cliff. That consistency is so grounding. But, sure, consistency. Like, it doesn't matter what I do in the future. It really doesn't make a difference. So that's what you got out of this whole thing. The same thing I've been telling you. If your choice is suddenly the correct one or the right one, then all of a sudden all your choices don't matter. Yes, the ocean is beautiful. Maybe I'll be buried in it tomorrow, but it's pretty okay now. It's nice to have that right now. Well, this cliff will sit here, still be here even if I left. Just being here, away from everything else. Even remembering that it's here. It's like soaking up a sponge with the horizon and the clouds and everything. Except there's no clouds. No clouds whatsoever. And then just taking it away. Leaving. Really need to clean my screen. Knowing that it all carries on. Well, bye, Mr. Deer. What is it? I never noticed this, but like the tips of his antlers are a slightly different color. Like they're more red. Goodbye, Stack. Dots. I still can't tell which way my mouse is pointing. It's just us, Carlos. Like, is it the top left? I can't tell. Want to give it another shot? Sorry if this is loud. And we're back to the title screen. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I really like this game. Really like the art, and like the music design. I just really wish that there was like a separate lever or a certain like lever, if it was like mixed with the sounds or whatever, that could change like the lightning, or I know there's a huge windstorm that messed up the audio in my last one. And yeah, every choice that you make actually changes how this kind of works. So I don't think I got the badger or the squirrel climbing and chasing off the birds last time. Um, or like the turtle taxi. I don't remember if I got that or not. But I didn't get the deer because you always get the deer. But like everything that kind of happens before and after kind of changes with your choices. But I do, I kind of do like that. Like your choices don't matter, but they do, because you kind of end up in the same place. And I like how this ending is slightly ambiguous. Like you have no idea if they fell off the cliff or not. Like they could have just completely fallen off the cliff, and you really wouldn't have known. Um, but I really do love this game. I just really wish there was a different lever for like the lightning or the wind or the engine or the radio, because the radio is pretty loud too. I would just wish there was a different kind of lever, or if it was mixed in with the sounds to where you could change those like volume. Because I even tried I tried the sounds, I tried the music. The only one I didn't try was like quality, but that shouldn't have anything to do with sounds. I should have something to do with like the art or something. Um, but yeah, that's the only thing I kind of wish would happen. But other than that, like I really do love this game. I've played it now through twice, getting almost completely different results. Because I was not as pessimistic before. I was pretty optimistic, or I wasn't as optimistic before at the beginning. I was pretty pessimistic, and that does kind of change how it works. So I was actually kind of expecting the windstorm, and instead I got a lightning storm where I was arguing with lightning for quite a bit. Which is also why this video might be a little bit shorter than the other one. Because I do think I kind of split it at the wrong time, but I thought night was going to take a lot longer. But I don't know quite how long it took, and also I expected that windstorm to be at some point, and it just wasn't. So there it goes. But I expected that windstorm to be there, and it wasn't. So I don't know. I do love this game though. It's very chill. It's very interesting. Um, like the art is beautiful. It's a very like simplistic, which I do believe that you kind of need for these like games that you kind of have to sit there for a bit. Um, like if you, I don't know how much I've actually told of myself, but if I don't want to do something, or if I just hate sitting, then my brain will try and focus on anything else. And you can probably tell in these videos that my brain will focus on anything else. So it will literally focus on the fact that I think those are cattails. I don't remember, and I didn't look it up between videos, but I think they're cattails, like the little fluffy things. Um, I'll put it in whether it is or not, and whether I'm stupid. Um, but like they're slightly different colors, so you can kind of see it, and I guess it's one because I'm kind of wearing certain glasses, and two because the screen's kind of bright. That you can actually see like there's a squiggle and then another squiggle and another squiggle with like shades of it down instead of just like shading it. They've kind of done these like little blocks that you can kind of barely see. They've also done it with like these and with these kind of leaves and the rocks. They've done it with the rocks too. It's just very interesting, and I would. It's a simplistic style that I might like one day draw something from, because I think that would be really cool to try and do a geometric like drawing, especially with like Rigel or with you haven't really met him, but Hermes, or if I can remember their name, Luna. Um, the only female, I think. But Hermes, my owl, or um, Luna, my wolf, the raven that I don't remember quite the name right now. But like trying to do it with one of those, I think would be really, really interesting. because I have done a geometric fox at one point. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys, but I have done a geometric fox at one point. Speaking of, I just did a new picture that's probably going to be my first tattoo, and that will be popping up. Interesting. That will be popping up on my. It's either going to be my banner, or it might be my new profile picture, or it might be a profile picture for something else. So be on the lookout for that, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you to whoever made this. I really do enjoy it. I wasn't really paying attention, but I'll put your name up on screen or something, or put the studio up. I know it was like wool because it reminds me of Unravel, but I can't remember the other one right now. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm so sorry that this came out so late. Well, this set of videos came out so late. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys!